Hi guys, welcome to new video. So today we'll take a look at another game, which is a 2v2 with Urakaar actually. Last video I think I was saying that we have only 2 more. I actually have 3 videos here, so I mean 3 replays, so we'll have 3 videos before this series ends. So let's go through them. In this video we are going to take a look on the first one, which is played on Dark Side Forest, as I said, with Urakaar. And in this first game I will be playing as Fallen. And seems like Urakaar will be playing as Beast in this game, which might be interesting. And we have actually Suwak against us, playing as Empire. And then we have Igor, which is MaCrOzerg. So Suwak and MaCrOzerg, winners of the 2v2 tournament, of the 2v2 showdown number 1. And then of course on this other side, me and Urakaar. Urakaar actually playing as Beast, which is not his main race. He mainly plays Empire, but sometimes he also plays Beast, so definitely will be probably fine. I'm on Fallen, of course. And we have the Dark Side Forest map, which is the most common map you will usually see in serious games. We see Urakaar immediately closing his area with stable and arena, which is fine. The timing is probably also fine. Of course the stable is a little bit late, he probably won't be able to finish his Boron before his arena, but he won't lose too much time here. I'm going for 1 hive, now I will place a second one immediately. Trying to close it somehow, I'll probably place the control form here, so it's fully closed from this side, and then I have this bigger entrance on this side where I can easily come through with my nightmares. Outside of it I'm just spamming 6 harvesters on gold, going for a second summoner. We see Suwak building a little bit later, saving up ton of resources in the beginning and then going for quick 2 barracks and also a farm. Also he's not fully closing it here, he's actually building a wall behind it. And now he'll probably either go for scouting with this peasant, or he will just immediately start building a tower here, but maybe he'll do that after he finishes his barracks. Because you actually need to finish at least 1 barrack to unlock towers. So this peasant is probably going to scout even quicker than my hive stingers. So definitely a really quick scouting. As you can see, MaCrOzerg was a little bit quicker with the barracks. He was also saving up so many resources in the beginning. And he's also already producing his swordsman. And he also kind of built the wall on one side instead of closing it from both sides. As you can see, Suwak actually got into my town, but I probably saw him, so I think I will hunt him down with my stingers. Yeah, Suwak definitely built it a little bit more in the back, so there is much bigger gap. MaCrOzerg has just small gap here, so we can much easily close it. More easily, yeah. And as you can see, Suwak is trying to tower rush me here, so I'll definitely need to deal with this. I'm not sure if... Yeah, I have some stingers here, so hopefully I will find him soon. We see Urakaar finally has 2 warriors, also some bonons in the back, so he's definitely fine. He can repel this if he get attacked a little bit. I have stingers in both enemy towns, trying to scout multiple locations at once. Also have scouts on all enemy expansions, or I mean the main ones that are usually taken. I was able to scout this this peasant as well. Destroy the tower with my stingers. So as you can see, I have scouts everywhere. This is really important when we are playing a 2v2 with, or I mean any format, but especially if you are playing a 2v2 with Fallen, or I mean as Fallen, and your ally is not a Fallen, then your role in the early game is mainly scouting, or I mean during the whole game actually. So that is why I had scouts in both enemy towns and also their expansions, while also finding out about the tower rush in my town. So this was really important to scout everything, and I'm still going through the forest because I don't want to neglect this. Maybe there could have been a second peasant, and I wouldn't see it. So I definitely was still going through it. Also, Urakaar had some warriors here, so he was helping me a little bit. I'm just trying to slow them down here because I know what they want to do. Of course, they want to build a farm with temple that will be protecting a tower here, and then they want to expand. So I definitely want to block that as much as possible, because I think he's just scouting this area. Of course I know that he's doing the same, but I can't really stop it there anyways, so I didn't really even care about that. I also went for a tower, which is something I don't usually do with the timing push, because it slows you down. As you can see, I'm not even building a second Vengeance Hall and Sorrow Shrine right now. but the tower will be actually pretty important because I don't want to get rushed here. As you can see, Urakaar is also building a totem and he has a really good defense, so they cannot push him. There is no way they can push this. Yeah, they would need like 50 swordsmen. Yeah, you just need catapults for that. But since there is also a tower and Urakaar has some warriors here, I don't think they will want to push this either. Now I also have a nightmare. They are not even together right now. MaCrOzerg was behind because he was trying to scout the town of Urakaar. So they definitely gave me a ton of time to accumulate some units. Now I'm going for the second Vengeance Hall and Soul Strap, trying to really get to the advanced units as soon as possible. And right now they are probably realizing that they won't be able to push this. They saw towers in both towns, pretty closed bases, we have ton of units, so the best solution how they can react to this is just go for expansions or try to get to catapults as soon as possible. But we see only temple here, no workshop on that side. And here actually MaCrOzerg is making an 11th century, but he has no workshop in the back. He's just not producing catapult yet. But I kinda scouted this area a little bit. I lost my stinger, but I found out about the tower. Right now I'm sending a second hive stinger to this area, just trying to check if there is the expansion. I don't even care if he kills this stinger, but of course actually he has trailblazing, increased movement speed for swordsman, so he actually killed my stinger. Maybe I could have survived there still, but it doesn't really matter, I just want stinger. And now we see the gnome workshop being built by Suwak as well. So they actually decided to go for this option instead. Instead of going for expansions, they are just going for quick catapults. And obviously Urakaar also going for trolls, so we have some siege units on our side as well. And I'm just trying to make more and more nightmares with stingers. And now also adding some matriarchs a little bit sooner than usually, but I was slowed down by the tower, so maybe it's actually optimal time. I just have a little bit less units at this moment than I would usually have. As you can see, the population is pretty balanced, everyone around 50, so this should be fine. Urakaar has a ton of gems saved up, so we can definitely utilize them for witches and trolls. Right now Suwak is trying to pressure me here a little bit, but I have definitely stronger army and his ally is definitely really far away. Also Urakaar has still a ton of units at home, while still also having at least one warrior here, just to help me a little bit to tank some extra damage. I probably already researched Nail Scourge, Install Shrine, maybe even Mana Depletion. And now I'm just spamming more and more units. As I said, I have much stronger army. Now I used some mana for Frost Shield, not all of it, but some, so they definitely should start retreating. But as you can see, MaCrOzerg actually ran into my back, so now they are attacking me from two sides at once. Urakaar immediately needs to get here. But as you can see, I'm trying to hold him here with few units. He was not micromanaging that too well. He was probably focusing on his expansion here, trying to power build it with teamwork. But as you can see, even though they were attacking me from two sides and they were basically 2v1, I was still able to basically defeat them or at least force them back. I didn't really kill too many units, maybe like 2 swordsmen, but I was definitely able to repel them, push them back, and it just gave my ally enough time to get here. And now we have a huge army. We saw that they have only a few swordsmen, both of them. And this should be really easy, obviously, since we saw the build order I did. It was pretty obvious that they are going for expansions. Suwak actually didn't even start making it yet, because now he saw the huge army we have. So he's trying to get as many units as he can as soon as possible. But MaCrOzerg actually power built the town hall really quickly. Now he has twice the income. So now we are playing 2 bases against 3. And also, as you can see, he placed down an Eye of the Forest here. And since we don't have, actually with this Giant, he has a ton of scouting flowers here. And since we don't have harpies or seekers, and we don't even have the buildings to make them, we won't be able to destroy this. So I don't know if maybe you can destroy it with trolls if you attack ground, but outside of that we didn't really do that. So right now this will just stay there. They will have ton of vision, but now we found out that there is no expansion. There was only like 1 tower, so this was really easy to push. Of course, I'm still getting some free skeletons here. He has 3 catapults, which is a lot, so I definitely don't want to push into that, especially in this close space. But since MaCrOzerg is going from far away, his catapults are really slow, he won't be able to get here on time. So we can just fight, even though they are attacking us from two sides with some catapults, we can still fight this pretty easily. As you can see, Urakaar is just holding him back with like 5 units here, and at the same time we are trying to fight it, but as you can see, 3 catapults will just one-shot even 50. I don't know, there was maybe like 20 hive stingers there. They just were all on one place. They got one-shotted by the catapults, so right now I have basically 0 front line, and the catapults will be actually pretty useful. I mean, hive stingers, because they can kill catapults pretty quickly. But in this small space I cannot get to them anyways, so we kinda just went back a little bit, destroyed the army of MaCrOzerg. Fortunately, warriors are pretty tanky, so even though they were getting shot by the warriors, they still kinda survived, even though they are pretty low HP, but maybe Urakaar will heal them with some sacrifice, we'll see. Yeah, but definitely these catapults are pretty dangerous. Fortunately, we destroyed the gnome workshop because he had it in the front base. So now he cannot produce catapults for a while. I think this was a mistake from him. He should have built the gnome workshop in the back, like he's building right now, or as MaCrOzerg built there. Also, as you can see, MaCrOzerg doesn't have too many units. He can't really go here because he would just die in the open field. Especially with slow catapults, he wouldn't be able to retreat with them, and without them he would have no chance in a fight. At the same time, he can't leave Suwak here alone, so they kinda need to figure this out, how they are going to play that. But at the same time, this is also really difficult for us, because there is a really small entrance. As I said, they have 3 catapults, so this is really hard to push for us as well. But we have 4 trolls. I can easily hold MaCrOzerg back here. If I can produce some extra hive stingers, I could probably rush these catapults from the back, but Urakaar is already going there with some trolls and warriors. As you can see, the fight is everywhere. Yeah, Suwak is shooting us from here, MaCrOzerg from the top. We are sending new units from behind, but also MaCrOzerg is probably producing more units, and Suwak is spawning the units literally in the middle of the fight. So fight is everywhere, but fortunately for me, I still had some extra mana on my matriarchs, so I was able to get some extra skeletons. And even though they are not that strong, they are still good for tanking the damage. If you micromanage them well, you can still take some shots from the catapults, which of course takes a ton of damage from them because they have really slow attack speed, and you can really get a ton of value from them like this. At this point, Urakaar is just spamming more and more trolls. I finally started making some stingers again, but even just with nightmares and matriarchs and skeletons, I can easily keep pushing here. We don't really need any more front line. If they try to rush us with swordsmen, I will easily kill them, and outside of that we can just play trolls against catapults. Even though catapults have bigger range, I can provide frost shields, and then it's pretty easy. And eventually they just gave up, and after Suwak left the game, MaCrOzerg decided to not play this anymore. 1v2, even though he had 2 bases, so he still might have had a chance, but of course we still had many more units. If you take a look on the population, we all had basically 60. Suwak was almost dead already, only half of the population that we had, together with peasants, so pretty small amount. And after he left, we would have double population against MaCrOzerg, and he had 2 bases, so he definitely had more population in peasants than we had, so it would still be much more units on our side, and still 2 bases against 2, so obviously he would not have a chance anymore. So definitely a reasonable leave here. So yeah, let's take a look on the results. 15 minutes game, 60 kills from me and Suwak. Definitely he was getting a ton of kills with the catapults there. As I said, it was a really good defense from him, and it was really hard for us to push. MaCrOzerg and Urakaar getting both 23 kills. Then we have the largest army, experience, not too many researches from anyone really. And then we have the resources, as you can see. MaCrOzerg definitely getting the value back from the expansion, especially when he power built it. It was probably built at the right time. Definitely a really good move there. But eventually it was not enough, obviously. But yeah, really nice game on the Dark Side Forest, and next time we'll take a look at another game, once again with Urakaar. We'll see if it will be against the same enemies or someone else. So yeah, thanks for watching and take care, guys.